In this video, I'm going to show you guys how we're going to turn this Keith Haring drawing into this Keith Haring painting. So we're going to be painting the figures with a bright neon color or any supply of your choice and leaving the background neutral. So here I got my paint palette and I have my neon colors. You guys, of course, can use whatever supply you have, but I'll have a link to these colors. I am making sure my paintbrush is pointy, and I'm going to stick it in my first color, trying to only use the tip of the paintbrush so that I can get those details and really get on the lines. And I'm holding my paintbrush like a pencil so that I can really get those edges. And after I get the edges, I can paint a little bit quicker and a little bit messier, but first I really need to hold it like a pencil and use the tip of it on the edges of my figure. So I'm finishing up the dog figure, and once that figure is finished, then I will be cleaning my brush for the next figure. So we clean it off with water, we wipe the edges to make sure that it's pointy, and we take off the extra water so the paint is not watery. And I'm going to actually mix a color. So if I mix this neon pink with yellow, pink, remember, is a kind of red, it's a lighter version of red. So pink and yellow should give me orange, because red and yellow makes orange. So feel free to mix some secondary and some intermediate, some tertiary colors in your painting. As you see in the middle, I can kind of paint messy. I don't really need to worry about it. But once we get to the edges, that's when I need to make sure that my paintbrush is like a pencil and that it is pointy, and I need to be really nice and neat on those edges. In the middle, it doesn't really matter, but next to the black, we need to make sure that we're painting slower and neater, like you're holding a pencil. And as you can see, some of the words in the newspaper are showing through, and that is okay because we're going to go over it again once it's dried a tiny bit. Try not to get over the black marker because Keith Haring really had those black lines showing, but it's okay because when the paint dries, we can go over the marker again. So here I am just going over some of the extra spots that I missed, giving it some more layers, and then I'm going to clean my brush and dry it to move on to another color. And I'm going to repeat the same thing again with my next figure. I'm going to mix another color now, so I'm going to reach for my pink and I'm going to mix it with my blue. And of course you should know that this turns purple, and I'm going to use it for my X. So it's the same method, holding my paintbrush like a pencil and trying to stay inside of the black lines. Here I'm mixing up a blue-green, you could also call it aqua or turquoise, but I'm mixing that color up for the second X. And again, I'm using the same method. As you see, I did not clean my paintbrush when I got the blue, and I got a little bit of green in it. So you have to make sure you clean your brush in between colors unless you're okay with that happening. So I finished painting, and now the paint is dry. And I'm going over the lines with more black marker because remember I told you that we're going to need to do that if we ever get outside of the lines, but that is fine. We just wait for it to dry and then we go back on top of them. Another thing that we might need to do after we kind of finished it is to see if there's any spots where you can see the newspaper through and just kind of go over them again to really not be able to see that newspaper if that's how you want it to look. So there you go, just a few more touch-ups and I will be all done as soon as it is dry. this is how mine turned out. And again, I'll be showing you some inspiration from other students who've done different things.